Coming up, the Students Veteran Association organizes a run for charity, and students and faculty in the music department come together to put on a show.
And in sports, the Lady Dolphins bring home the ASUN Championship in soccer.
Welcome to this edition of the Dolphin Channel News. I'm Sarah Mecklenburg. Last Sunday started early on JU campus as students and faculty gathered for the Show Your Colors run.
With over 200 students in attendance, SVA board member Lisette Meinhardt shed light on their commitment to our U.S. veterans.
For our first annual event, this was a great turnout. We had a lot of kids, families, former military, and JU students and faculty come out and participate. We're hoping that next year it will continue to grow larger and larger with each year.
Once things were underway, the party never stopped. According to participants, the celebration was a hit with plenty of paint for everyone. Paths were marked for the runners, circling and looping with paint throwers at every end. JU campus was covered in neon, and the amphitheater was full of dancing. After getting down with the crowd, participants in the event shared their thoughts on veterans and the experience as a whole.
Veterans Day weekend, it's a great time. I actually have a lot of family in the military. You always got to appreciate what they do and all that stuff. I'm glad we get to celebrate with neon colors. It's fantastic.
Jacksonville University prides itself in its student veterans. With efforts such as the Color Run and the development of the Defender's Den, veterans here at JU can feel at home. I'm Blake Hibden, signing off. Your school, your news.
The Fine Arts Department gathered yet again for a percussion ensemble. A variety of music was played by various percussion instruments. Multiple styles, songs, and pieces from all over the world were showcased for the audience. The next percussion ensemble will be in March. Staying in the Fine Arts Department, a few of our top music students got a chance to perform a variety of music on the stage of Terry Concert Hall. There were many groups involved, including the string quartets, woodwind quintet, and brass quintet. The style of music ranged from 1756 classic to a 2003 modern style quintet. This is just the beginning of the 3 series to be performed by the Chamber Ensemble. The music department's faculty and students continue to showcase their skills as they take on the stage of Switzer Theater, demonstrating their jazz talents. Reporter Kenny Paisley has the details.
Selections were arranged in celebration of the Fall Chamber Week. Jazz piano professor Scott Giddens touched on how special this jazz group truly is.
It's always great to get together and play with some, high caliber musicians, and don't get a chance to play together all that much. All of us actually kind of travel all over the city and around the world and on lots of tour dates. So when we do all get together, it's always interesting, and even tunes that we play separate from one another, when we get together, everything takes on a different kind of character, because jazz music is really all about the individuals that you have playing with you at the moment, and the ebb and flow of what each individual contributes and is directing how the music's going to go.
Next up for the music department is the Chamber Music by Brahms on November 12th at 7:30 in the Terry Concert Hall. If you missed this event, check the Fine Arts page for upcoming shows. I'm Kenneth Paisley, your school, your news. Thanks,
Kenny. And now it's time for your sports update. Let's check in with Adam Jordan to find out about your JU athletics.
Your Dolphins football team went on the road and faced Mercer. With both teams being known for their high-powered offenses, a shootout was expected, and this one did not disappoint. Over 1,100 yards combined, with 405 yards passing from JU quarterback Cade Bell. Second half saw Mercer rally and take the lead. The Dolphins started their final drive on their own 3-yard line with 2:09 remaining. After a few completions, moved them to the Mercer 48-yard line. Bell was sacked and fumbled the ball. Mercer recovered and sealed the deal. The win, 45-42 for Mercer in this one. The Dolphins close out the season at home against Stetson on the 16th at 1 p.m. With only one game remaining for the football team, that means basketball is underway. The women saw freshman guard Sharonda Reddick lead all scorers with 26 points in her debut for the Finns. 6 for 9 night from three-point range. A well-played first half gave the ladies a 1-point lead at halftime. Second half started slow for the Dolphins with a 6-minute scoring drought and allowed Florida A&M to take the lead. This one stayed close the entire game, but 12 second-half turnovers proved to be the undoing of the women's team as A&M takes this one 69-64. Next, the ladies play USF on the 13th at 7 p.m. The men also got the basketball season going as they played Florida State in Tallahassee. Coming out strong on defense, JU was only down 7 at the half thanks to numerous forced turnovers. However, in the second period, the Seminoles found their rhythm and pulled away. Dolphins dropped their season opener 91-67. The men look to get in the win column against Florida College at home on the 12th at 7 o'clock. As the basketball teams look to earn their first wins of the season, the volleyball team continues to add theirs up, putting together a record not seen at JU in over 2 decades. With wins over Mercer and Kennesaw State this week at home, the ladies are now 25-3. It's the first time since 1988 the Dolphins have won 25 games in a season, and they also become only the second team in the entire nation to earn 25 victories. So far this year, they join only Missouri with 25 wins. The Dolphins will look to stay hot as they gear up for the ASUN tournament. Their next game is at USC Upstate at 7 p.m. on the 15th. A record-setting season for volleyball. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for men's soccer. The guys have struggled this year, only winning 4 matches. They closed out the regular season against Stetson with a 2-2 tie. Next, the men have the ASUN tournament on the 13th, where they are the 6th seed. For women's soccer, the ASUN tournament is over, and they are conference champions. After a 110-minute double overtime match ended in a tie against hometown Gulf Coast down in Fort Myers, the teams went to penalty kicks. The Dolphins were perfect 4-for-4 when Gulf Coast missed one wide right, giving redshirt senior Adriana Rodriguez the opportunity to seal the match. Rodriguez answered the bell, putting one low left and out of the reach of the goalie and silencing the Florida Gulf Coast crowd. The Dolphins a perfect 5-for-5 on penalty kicks to bring home the conference title. The ladies now move on to the NCAA tournament, which will take place at various campuses throughout the country beginning on the 15th of November. Finally, in the NFL, the Jaguars are looking to get their first win as they visited Nashville to play the Titans. Turnovers were a big factor from the very opening drive as Chris Johnson fumbled on the first play from scrimmage. Jags win 29-27 and are now 1-8 on the year. That's going to do it for this edition of Dolphin Channel News. I'm Adam Jordan. You can find more of our award-winning work on our YouTube page under the Dolphin Channel. You can add us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter as well.